So some of you have been here from the previous segments.
I've been here.
You have been here? All right, so I'm just going to go do a quick introduction of myself. My name is Anu and I'm the founder of the Culture Tree. The mission of our company is to really have cultural literacy, specifically on South Asia. And we do a lot of programs with a lot of museums in the city. We work with New York Public Library, we work with a lot of schools, and we also do language classes, Hindi and Urdu. And you know, this is a wonderful platform, the Wonderland Literary Festival. This has been happening for 5 years, but this is the first time we are bringing in children's literature and children's, a platform for Indian American children and books related to South Asia. So I'm just going to introduce this session. It's very near and dear to me because it features my sister, who's an author. Her name is Monah Sehgal. So Monah is coming all the way from DC this morning, and she's going to go back after this. Wow. So there's some dedication here. So let me introduce the book that she's written. It's called The African Sky. It is the story of Krishna, an Indian American boy who struggles to reconcile his Indian heritage with American childhood. Set against the backdrop of the African wilderness, the story also highlights themes of natural and environmental harmony and conflict. Who has been to Africa here? Any kids been to Africa?
I've been to Africa.
You've been to Africa. What did you see in Africa?
A
lot of animals. So this book does have a lot of animals. It has an elephant, an imaginary elephant. Monah lives in Bethesda, Maryland, with her husband, daughter, and their squirrel chasing dog, Lucky. So this, after we have a book reading with Monah, we will have a puppet show called Ram Leela, which is basically the Culture Tree has come up with a lot of puppet shows. This is one of them. Our head puppeteer is not here, so I'm going to fill her shoes. So we'll see how successful I am. But you know, even during the puppet show, we'll ask you to participate. We'll give you cues so you guys can come and participate. Even during Monah's session, it is an interactive session. If you have a burning question that you really want answered, raise your hand. All right? Yeah, I know you do. So we'll get started. Here?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm very honored to be here. I am going to read from a book called Under the African Sky. So it's the story of an Indian American boy who actually lives in New York City. And he goes, you live here. And he goes all the way to South Africa.
I go all the way to
Yeah. And he sees a lot of animals, and he has a pretty magical adventure. So I'll read some excerpts from the story. And then to transition into the Ram Leela theme, I have another story called A Different Diwali, and I'll just read a little bit of an excerpt from that as well. So this boy's name is Krishna, and he has just arrived in Kruger National Park, which has a lot of amazing wildlife to see. And one of the cool things about where he's staying is he can take a shower out in the open. There's no roof, there's a little bit of a covering, but you take a shower out in the open, which is a pretty amazing experience. But something else happens that makes it even more amazing. So I'll read that part to you. Krishna, undressed, stepped into the shower and turned on the faucet. Under the blue sky, the water streaked from the shower like rain. The pouring water dissolved all other sounds. Suddenly, from the corner of his eye, Krishna saw something move in the bushes. He gave it a quick look, but saw nothing unusual. A minute later, a beautiful blue bird landed on the bush. It looked like an ornament hanging from a tree. The water bounced off Krishna's head and gurgled down a drain in the floor. Krishna closed his eyes, enjoying the feeling. Suddenly the gurgling stopped. Krishna swung around to see why. He nearly screamed as he saw a long gray trunk reaching from behind the wall. The trunk was sucking the water like a straw. Before Krishna could say anything, an elephant's face came around the wall. "Hi," it said. Krishna looked at the elephant, speechless. "Hi," said the elephant again. "I didn't mean to scare you. I just heard the water and could not resist getting a drink." "You can talk?" said Krishna, more confused than scared. "I can talk, but not everyone can understand me," said the elephant. "I'm glad you can." "Do you live here?" asked Krishna. "Yes, I'm with a herd not far from here. We often stop here for water," said the elephant. "My name is Broken Tusk." "What?" said Krishna, still surprised that he was talking to a wild animal. "Broken Tusk," repeated the elephant and pointed with his trunk to his left tusk. "See, it's broken." "Oh," said Krishna. "My name is Chris." "Chris?" asked Broken Tusk. "Well, actually, it's Krishna," replied Krishna. "It's the name of a Hindu god." "A Hindu god? Does he look like you?" the elephant asked. "I don't think so. I've heard that his skin is dark as the rain cloud. He wears a crown with a peacock feather in it, and he plays the flute." Krishna blurted out in one breath. "And he is a cowherd." "Ah, he likes animals," observed the elephant. "Do you like animals?"
I like it.
That's very good. Okay, so that is just kind of a brief meeting that Krishna has with this elephant called Broken Tusk. Now, Broken Tusk will actually take Krishna on a pretty magical adventure, and I'll read some parts of that. So Krishna is riding on Broken Tusk. It's in the middle of the night, and the elephant is taking Krishna to some place. So while Krishna is riding on his back, he says, "Can you tell me the story? Can you tell me your story?" "My story?" said Broken Tusk. "Yes, the story of your name." "Ah," said Broken Tusk. "You know, when I was younger, I got into fights all the time." "No way," said Krishna, unable to believe that this calm and friendly elephant could get angry. "It's true," said Broken Tusk. "There was an older and bigger elephant who used to tease me and my friends a lot. My mother would tell me to ignore him, but I used to get really mad at him. One day I got so angry, I picked a fight with him. I got badly bruised in the fight and broke my tusk too. My mother was very upset about it." "What happened then?" asked Krishna. "After that fight, I really felt bad about getting so angry. So I decided I was going to become more calm and not let little things bother me. Every time I started to get angry or annoyed, I would remember my broken tusk." "Did it help?" asked Krishna. "Yes," said Broken Tusk. "All my friends were surprised that I didn't get angry anymore. They started calling me Broken Tusk. At first I thought they were teasing me, but then I realized I liked the name, and it stuck." "I like it too," said Krishna. So the last piece that I'll read from this book is when Krishna has had this kind of magical experience and they're returning back. So again, Krishna is still riding on Broken Tusk. So the sun, it was night and it's just dawn now. So Krishna gazed ahead at the flicker of light, and thoughts of the previous night came flooding into his head. He thought of the Hindu god whose flute he had heard and whose graceful form he had seen flitting among the animals at the magic pond. The statue of that deity that looked so strange at the altar in his home, but in this jungle, far from home, it seemed so familiar and attractive. Krishna heard himself saying aloud. "Krishna," repeated Broken Tusk. "What a wonderful name. Why does the magic hour end? Why can't it be there all the time?" Krishna asked, mulling if he would like his name once he returned home. If the magic hour never ended, It would not be so magical anymore, said Broken Tusk. It would become a little boring, no? Maybe because it is so short, we jump right in and be ourselves. We can be free from expectations of others. The lion does not have to be the hunter as everyone expects, and the zebra does not have to be prey. But eventually the lion will hunt and the zebra may become prey, said Krishna, starting to feel some of the magic fade away. Will I call myself Krishna once I return back to school and get strange looks when I explain my name? That's when the memory of the magic hour will help you. He stopped under a tree and reached into a hole with his trunk. Take this, said Broken Tusk. What is it? Said Krishna, taking the small white object. Is it a stone? No, it's a fragment of my broken tusk. When you start to feel the magic hour, when you start to forget the magic hour, just hold it and rub it. It will remind you of our friendship and the amazing sights of the jungle. Krishna looked at the white object, cupped it in his hands. He carefully put it away in his inner pocket. He had to show it to his brother when he went home. So I'll just stop there, but those are some parts of this book. Now this was way far away in South Africa, and I know you're going to have a puppet show more on a Ramayana theme. So I'm just going to read a little bit from a story I wrote called A Different Diwali. And there are two characters in this story, a brother and a sister. They're twins, Indira and Dhruv. They're about 9 years old, okay? And they live in India, and they have a new dog whose name happens to be Lucky. And they're thinking, their dog is really scared of fireworks. So they want to see if they can have a Diwali without fireworks. Now, how can they do that? So they're having a conversation about that. And Dhruv says, but will people care enough to forego the fun of fireworks? Thinking how much he'll miss the fireworks if his sister actually convinced the neighbors. If it doesn't convince them, I have another reason, says Indira, even more sure of herself now. Another reason, wondered Dhruv? Yes, tell me why they celebrate Diwali, asked Indira. Because thousands of years ago, this day, Ram, the compassionate prince of Ayodhya, finally returned to his kingdom with his wife Sita after 14 long years in exile, said Dhruv. Yes, and what made their return to Ayodhya especially important, asked Indira. Because when Ram and Sita were living in exile in the forest, Ravan, the evil king of Lanka, tricked Sita and captured her, said Dhruv. And what did Ram do about that? Continued Indira. Ram, with the help of Hanuman, the monkey god, gathered an army of monkeys who fought bravely against Ravan and his powerful army of demons called Asuras. Ram was able to defeat Ravan and bring back Sita, and they finally returned to Ayodhya, said Dhruv. Exactly. So Ram and Sita were not just returning after 14 years of exile, which actually is a really long time if you think about it, thought Indira. But this return was extra special because it was after a fierce battle. So how did the people of Ayodhya welcome Ram and Sita? By lighting diyas? Dhruv replied hesitantly, not sure where his sister was going with all this. Exactly, said Indira. The people of Ayodhya lit oil lamps made out of clay. They did not light fireworks. That's right, said Dhruv, sharing Indira's excitement. But then he asked a little apprehensively, do you think the neighbors will buy that? Let's start by asking them. We have less than 20 days to go for Diwali. And so they start making a plan about how they're going to convince their neighbors. So they say that we will need a monkey army of our own to go to every house and convince everyone. So now Dhruv says, a Vanar Sena of our own to visit each house? I like that idea. How does this monkey army need to be? The more, the better. But we may need to start small with close friends who really believe in our idea, said Indira. Our plan should have a name, said Dhruv. How about No Dhamaka Diwali? I like that, said Indira. No loud noises, no dhamaka. And I'll end it there.
Are there any questions for
Yeah.
Monah? Any curiosity about the characters, the book? Anyone? Yes.
I was just wondering how you come up with your ideas and your stories.
So, under the African sky, actually, I went to Kruger National Park and I was so amazed by the wildlife, and I really wanted to write about it. And I wanted to write it in the form of a children's story, and you know, having an Indian American child, I wanted some part of culture in there. So it has this kind of magical element, which is kind of me bringing in the cultural aspect, but I just enjoyed South Africa. Yeah. Yeah.
What inspired you to write?
What inspired me to write? So I enjoy writing in general, but I hadn't written stories in a long time. And I had my nephews and I have a daughter, and I really wanted to write stories where there were characters whose names were Indian or had some kind of Indian theme in it that they could relate to as well. So that's why I write them, so that hopefully you guys enjoy it.
We're going to have a puppet show.
Any other questions?
Thank you so much, Monah. Alright, so are you guys ready to see some puppets?
Yeah.
Are you puppet show? Huh?
Should we get the blanket out?
No, we'll need the space. Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. So everyone can see, right? All the kids? You guys can see?
Yeah.
Or do you want to come up over here? You good? Alright. Sure. Thank you so All right. So remember, I'm not the puppeteer who's supposed to be here. I'm just filling in someone's shoes. So forgive me if I screw up. Everyone screws up, right? All right. So who remembers what the puppet show is about? Yes.
Well, it's kind of about in the forest. About this kid for Indian and American culture.
Okay.
It's about Krishna.
Oh, this one is not about Krishna. If you want to see the puppet show about Krishna, you come and see us at the Met on the 26th of October. This is about...
Oh, that must have been your book.
Oh, she's confusing between me and my sister. That's her book. Yes. So it's about the story of Diwali. How the festival of Diwali came about. Can anyone tell me about some festivals that they like? Which festival do you like?
Holi and Diwali.
Holi and Diwali. What about you? What's your favorite festival?
Probably Diwali.
Diwali, yeah. Who here likes Diwali more than Holi? I know it's sad to pick one over the other, but who likes Diwali?
More than Holi.
More than Holi. Oh my goodness, people like Holi more. That's amazing. All right, so whenever we are telling a story, we start with a little poem, and I will invite you guys to join in. And all our stories have something unique, something different about them. So this story that we are going to share has a lot of different things. So everyone, please join in. Even parents can join in and caregivers. So our story has a pinch of hope. What does it have?
Pinch of hope.
A punch of love.
A bunch of love.
A bunch of love, not a bunch of love. I mean, it can have bunch of love also, but a bunch of love. Can everyone say it? A bunch of love.
A bunch of love.
And magic smoke. What?
Magic smoke.
Do you see the smoke?
Where?
Imagine. Stir up some fun. Can you have any story without any fun?
No.
No. So let's stir up. Get your hands out, guys. Let's stir up some fun. The magic pot is ready to cook some stories dreamy. The magic pot is ready to cook some stories dreamy. Now, what are the magic words? Can anyone tell me any magic words? Any magic words? Bingo! Abracadabra, zooby-dooby dot. Let's say it together. Abracadabra, zooby-dooby dot. Let's cook some stories in this magic pot. Let's cook some stories in this magic pot. Very nice. So this story has a lot of friendship. It has a lot of love. It has a lot of courage. And it has one more thing. Who wants to take a guess?
About the valley.
Yes.
Adventure.
Adventure? Any grown-ups? What else does this story have? It has fireworks! All right, so let's get started. Namaste. Today we are here to tell you the story of Ramayana. It is a famous story, a little mysterious, a little sad, but with a happy ending. And the best part is that you will learn why we celebrate Diwali. But if you want to hear the story, I need all of you to put on your listening ears and pay close attention. This story has 5 main people in it. Ram, a dutiful prince. Lakshman, Ram's loyal brother. Sita, Ram's faithful wife. Ravan, the evil king of Lanka. And Hanuman, our favorite monkey god. Now, are you ready to listen to the story?
Yes.
Once upon a time, in a faraway land called Ayodhya, there lived a kind prince, Ram, and his faithful princess, Sita. Ram's cruel stepmother asked the king to send Ram away to the forest for 14 years. Sita and Ram went to live in the forest. One day, Sita saw a beautiful golden deer and asked Ram to bring it to her. When Ram did not return for a long time, Lakshman went in search of his brother. But before he left, to protect Sita, Lakshman drew a magical line in the sand and asked Sita to not cross it. As long as Sita stayed within this line, she would be safe and no one could harm her.
Sita, in the sand I draw this magical line. As long as you stay inside it, you will be fine. This jungle, dark and deep, has monsters galore, so heed my words and avoid their terrors and more.
What Lakshman did not know was that as he was leaving, the evil king Ravan, who wanted Sita to be his wife, was hiding in the woods. He dressed himself as a sadhu, a holy man, and came to Sita, who was standing outside her hut. Act 1. Ravan comes to Sita and says,
Lady, why do you stare into the forest dark and deep? I have been standing a while and you only weep. No matter what the cause, I can erase your pain. I have such power that even the dead can come to life again.
Oh, sir, I wish I could go into the forest to see if my husband, my dear Ram, is safe or in jeopardy. But I cannot cross this line in the sand that Lakshman drew. This line becomes a wall of fire that lets nothing through.
I am just a holy man roaming in search of food. I thought I could help you and do you some good, but if you do not want to cross this line in the sand, I should get going and find a more welcoming hand.
Oh, holy man, please don't be so angry and upset. I was only trying to make sure that my promise I kept. You look harmless, so let me bring you some food. And then maybe we can go searching in the wood.
There! I got you by your arm and I will not let go. Now, with me to the beautiful land of Lanka, you will go. Do not scream or cry, your tears are shed in vain. Your husband Ram you will never see again.
Act 2. When Ram came back, he couldn't find Sita and was very sad. He searched everywhere in the forest and finally came to a big ocean across from Lanka, where Ravan, the evil king, lived. Ram had an army of monkeys led by Hanuman to help them find Sita. Anxious about Sita, Ram asked his good friend Hanuman to secretly go to Lanka and see if Sita was safe. Hanuman was strong, so strong that he leapt over the ocean and reached Lanka. He found her sitting under a tree in a beautiful garden. All the Rakshasas were sleeping when Hanuman approached Sita. What strange creature is walking in my direction? He has the face of a monkey, but he walks like a man? What is he holding in his hands with such care? Oh, it is the ring that belongs to Ram that he wants to share.
Princess Sita, I see you recognize this special ring. From its owner, there is some good news that I bring. With his army, Ram built a bridge to cross the sea to rescue you. Without you, his life is as sad as can be.
Dear friend, those are the sweetest words I've heard, for I have lived a while in this place like a caged bird. I thought I was forgotten by the one I love so greatly. It has been so long, I can't remember his face clearly.
Princess Sita, if you agree, I can set you free this moment. The demons are all asleep, and I have no opponent. All you have to do is step on my shoulders, and I will fly like the wind over the sea and boulders.
Dear Hanuman, I don't wish to run away like a thief in the night. I am glad that Ram is not afraid to show his might. So I will wait here in Lanka, where I am but a prisoner, for Ram to bring me back with nobility and honor. But Hanuman did not want to leave all the Rakshasas sleeping peacefully. So he lit a fire on his tail and jumped from one place to another until all the buildings were burning. All the Rakshasas were awake and tried to chase Hanuman, but no one could catch the monkey god. Act 3. Hanuman finally returned to give Ram the good news that Sita was safe. But he said Sita was eagerly waiting for Ram to free her. Ram and his army quickly built a bridge with stones to Lanka and crossed it to see Ravan waiting with his army. Ram, being kind, tried to settle peacefully with Ravan, but Ravan wanted to fight with Ram. And so they went to battle. Ram faces Ravan in the battlefield.
Ravan, return my Sita to me, and I will show you my mercy. You know you have been a bully. Apologize and we go peacefully.
Ram, you have caused me some pain. Sita will never be with you ever again. Today I will avenge my family. Be ready, for I fight mercilessly.
Ravan, I am not afraid of you. I know this is the right thing to do. So bring your soldiers and your might. I am not backing from this fight.
Ram, I am ready for the show. My arrow is drawn on my mighty bow. Prepare for the fury of my fire. I can finish you when I desire.
Ravan's brother Vibhishan was here to tell the secret to break this magical spell. For aim, I must for his belly button. An arrow there and Ravan will be done.
Ram shoots an arrow at Ravana's belly button.
Ah! Alas, you got me where it hurt. Because of Vibhishan, I lie here in dirt. O Ram, you are a true prince and noble. Even in victory, you are so humble.
Fare you well, Ravan, for your journey next. This story will be a lesson to the rest. For destruction is not a proud victory, and not as wonderful as peace can be.
Act 4. After Ravan's defeat, Sita was free and came to see Ram. Ram, is it really you, or is it just a dream? You are finally here with the monkeys as your team. Oh, at last I will be free once again. Life from now on will be more joy than pain.
Dear Sita, I'm sorry it took me so long, for Ravan had built the fences strong. But that is in the past, and now together we stand as the king and queen of Ayodhya, our blessed land.
After 14 years away from our home, like beggars with little to call our own, do you think Ayodhya still remembers us clearly? Have we been forgotten by those who loved us dearly?
Sita, there is no more reason to fear. Ayodhya has all that we hold so dear. They are eagerly waiting for their king and queen, a more joyful sight you will have never seen.
Act 5. Ram and Sita finally reached Ayodhya, and it is to welcome them back that we celebrate Diwali. All of the people in Ayodhya welcome them. Hurry, hurry, on with the preparation. King Ram is coming, it's a celebration. With him is Sita and Hanuman the mighty. What a great day, we will call it Diwali. For 14 years this land has been sad and dark. Now in every person's heart there is a spark. Let's light diyas everywhere and brighten everything, and make colorful rangolis to welcome our king. Let us celebrate Diwali this day every year. Bring family together, spread love and cheer. Diwali is victory of good and right. Let us enjoy this festival of light. Thank you very much. If anybody wants to take photos with the little puppets, please come and you can have a photograph. And Monah's books are being sold outside, so if you want to get Monah's book and then you want her to autograph it, Monah, I think you should just come here. We have some time for the next session. Huh? Oh, I'm going to give you.